got you all gassed up. Yeah. Changing your opinion on me. I was only gone for the...
Alright, so boys, we are back. I gotta give y'all a little update because I have been working behind the scenes a whole lot. So we pretty much got all of this sanded down. She laid, she good. We got this stuff right here, which I'm gonna hit with I'm gonna have to do by hand just to make sure I get it. I laid some seam sealer last night, and so it dried correctly. I'm gonna see if I can knock it down a little bit though. So we gotta work with that. All of this is sanded, prep, we good. Got a few little furs I gotta get off of that. I gotta build a plate for the battery tray here because it was rusted completely out, so I went ahead and cut it out. So we're gonna build a plate for there. We've started on this side, but we haven't finished. We're nowhere near finished, and we still got the firewall. So as you can see, I gotta get all back down now on the sides. We still got all up under here, which is kind of hard for y'all to see. And I ain't gonna run and get the flashlight right now. So we got all of that. We got to get down to bare metal as well, and then lay seam sealers from down here all the way along here, and then get that out the way. So I'm gonna try to get the rest of it fully down to metal today, so that I can hopefully lay a coat of paint before I leave here today. Which will be on the other side because the seam seal on the other side should have already dried and whatnot. So we'll see how that goes. And yeah, I'm still debating on whether or not I'm gonna repaint the top up here. Cause I don't know. Think I might. Other part of me says I might not. So I don't know. She kind of all right like that. I'm not gonna hold you. I don't know. We're gonna figure it out. But let's get to it without further a motherfucking ado.
Every time you come around, I feel my heartbeat pounding loud. We pretend we barely know, but inside the fire grows. Nobody can read our eyes or see through our disguise. We play it cool in every crowd, but the truth is screaming loud. When you brush your hand on mine, it sends chills down my spine, like a story we can't tell, but we know it well. We don't say it out loud, but the tension's strong somehow. Keep it quiet between you and me. No one needs to see the way you look at me tonight. It feels so dangerously right. It's a secret we both keep, running deeper than it seems. Every moment that we meet, stay our little secret. When the night gets late and still, that's when I feel the thrill. Your message lighting up my phone, telling me you're alone. Every word you softly say pulls my heart another way. Though we know we shouldn't try, still we can't deny there's something in the way you move, something I can't refuse. Every touch pulls me near, like you're always here. We both know where this could be.
Alright boys, so I got a little update for y'all. So as y'all can see, we got all of this down to bare metal, and she looked good too. I mean, look at that. I did end up taking all of the seam sealer we put up there off. Did not like the way it looked or turned out. All of this down to bare metal. I gotta get that back half down to bare metal. We got the middle part. I gotta finish this side. I started on that. I already put in, so I had to cut out the original plate that was here, which is the battery tray. So that's what it's supposed to look like, but this one was rusted out. So we went ahead and cut it out. Go ahead and get rid of the cancer. And your boy laid the paint. Oh, give me a second. So your boy laid the paint on this, and I got to say it turned out phenomenal. We just gotta finish the other side. So I laid the paint, and then I laid seam sealer all around the edges here, and down here, and up under here, and on this side right here. Once we finish this plate and get it where I want it, after we weld the rest of this up, what I'll do is cut it flush. Once we cut this flush, I'll lay seam sealer here, and then we'll paint back over all of this, and then that should be good. Even though they did tell me that the brand of paint I used Steal It, and they said it is weldable, so I guess we'll find out exactly how weldable it is. But we're gonna keep going. So I'm get to welding the rest of this up. I'm not a professional welder. Like, this is my project. This is why I'm welding on it. It's kind of like a learning process, but we're gonna get right. We're gonna get right, Terry. We're gonna get right. So I'll touch bases with a little update when we done. All right, what's going on, boys? So hey, look, another little update. Look a little crazy. Another little update though. So since last time I'm talking to y'all, we done cut off the although this video is one video, we done cut off the lower radiator support. You feel me? We done cut that off. We still working on grinding down the engine bay to bare metal. We ain't done with it. We ain't done with it. Still got under this fender well to do. I finished up this plate fully, so she's fully sealed, coated, closed. You know, we good. That motherfucker ain't going nowhere. I can stand on that hoe. That's how hard that bitch is. I can stand on that hoe. But right now we working on the lower radiator bracket. So this is the lower part that we cut off. What I'm gonna do is take some steel. I'm gonna try to make my own, and then if making my own don't work, then we gonna use this one. Okay, we only gonna use this one if we got to, because we cut a big ass hole in it for the other radiator we had in the car, because that radiator didn't really go in here, but we put it in here anyway. So to get the drain plug and shit to fit flush and settle down, we had to cut this hole. So I really don't want to use this one. But worst case scenario, if we do have to use this one, or hell, I can go find another one off of another car, whichever the fuck. But first, we're gonna try to build one. So that's what we're working with today. We're gonna try to build this lower radiator bracket. Probably gonna throw y'all on a time lapse, and I'm gonna try to work on that. So y'all know how it go.
But we got it carefully. Keep it quiet between you and me. No one needs to see the way you look at me tonight. It feels so dangerously right. It's a secret we both keep, running deeper than it seems. Every moment that we need, stay our little secret. Stay our little secret.
What is going on, boys? So look, we got a drop off. You feel me? So suspension for y'all, boy, y'all see that shit? That shit say QA motherfucking 1. So entire suspension for the 3rd gen is here. Woo got a motor, now Woo got suspension. You feel me? So time to get right. I'm finna unbox it, move it all, and then y'all probably won't see this till it's added to a clip. Actually, we're gonna add it to the clip in the video that's gonna come out this weekend. So as you can see, motor here, you see that big QA1 here, entire suspension. We're about to move it into the garage until we get ready to put it together. And yeah, that's that, man. All right, so how y'all gonna cut my music like that? All right, so last we left off, I was working on this plate. I had to put my helmet on, whatnot on, so I couldn't really do a time lapse with the helmet on and welding. And I don't have a tripod for the GoPro, so had to work with what I got. Don't judge me off these welds. Again, I'm not a welder, but oh, you got to be kidding me, chat. That's crazy. All right, hold on, we gotta turn the lights back on. And we back. All right, so welded this down, grinded it out, looked good. I made this little plate, this bracket that's gonna go, I'm gonna show y'all where it's going in a little bit, but I made this to go on top of this so that it gives us our drop that we need. And then how this is gonna go. So again, welded this little piece up, not a welder, but I'm making sure it's welded good enough to stay together. So this little plate right here is just gonna go in right here, boom. And then the bottom half of that radiator bracket that I'm making is gonna go at the bottom of this, and we're gonna weld the bottom of this to the top of that. So that's why that's going right there. I got to make one more. Realistically, if I could find me a thick ass piece of steel, I could have just bent it, but we here now. So I'm gonna take this 16 gauge piece that I got right there. I'm gonna take that, I'm gonna make another plate, and then from that plate we'll put it on this side, and then from there we will weld it up. And then I'm probably gonna do a brace, some sort of brace, to give it a little bit more sturdiness. I'm not sure where or how yet, but like I feel like once it's on the car, it should be fairly straight for real. So I'm not sure. If it comes down to it, I'll figure out how to add a brace. If not, and I don't need it, good. But yeah, that's where we at right now. So pre-fitted the radiator, took a pictures of it, measured it. We about 3 inches on the drop for where I want it to be at, because I did cut this back so that that little hump's not right there. So we're gonna continue moving and grooving. So I mean, yeah, I'll hit y'all with another update hopefully tomorrow. Of course, y'all know it's gonna be added to the vid, but hit y'all with another update tomorrow, which will be a few seconds for y'all. But yeah, let's get to it. Oh, also, I hope y'all enjoyed that little drop in the last part. You know, just in case I don't put it in there, I ain't gonna tell y'all what it is, but the little video before this, I hope y'all enjoyed that. Yeah, we going crazy. Jen Woo is going crazy. I'm trying to tell you. That's it. All right, boys, what is going on? So we got somewhere. We have a brand new lower radiator. Yeah, you gonna see me beat on it, I ain't gonna lie. So we got a new lower radiator support bracket. We extended it about 3 inches. I believe that's what I extended it. Matter of fact, let's see exactly how much we extended it. We'll grab the tape measure. So didn't really time lapse it for real. I kind of just got in the zone and started working. But we'll see exactly how much we extended the bottom to fit the newer radiator. So we extended the bottom about 2.5 inches. Yeah, cause about right there, 2.5. It's really about 2 7/8. I wanted it at 3, but I did it at 2 instead. It seems to be more than enough. I believe the hood will still close and we'll still have space. So today all we're gonna work on is everything up here is pretty much sanded down and ready to go. I just went down the primer and whatnot here. Took front of here down to bare metal, front of it down to bare metal, top of this down to bare metal. I'm gonna knock all of this down right here, and then we'll finish doing the bottom under here. We just got the strut tower and a few little odds and ends spots, and I gotta get way up here. Once we do all of that, we'll be ready to lay seam sealer on it, and then we'll go from there. So probably gonna time lapse this next part, and then yeah, you'll hopefully see me lay that black on before we leave tonight. Yeah.
Keep it quiet to me. No one needs to see. Keep it quiet between us. Keep it quiet. Every time you come alive, no one needs to see. Every time we steal glance, feels like sweet romance. It's a secret we both keep. Living in our dreams, every moment that we meet, stay our little secret.
All right, boys, quick little update. So got the seam sealer laid up in here, laid up on this side as well. We got all of that about as far as I want it for real. I still have to feather that out, but I'll wait till I pull the tape off to feather that side over there. Then we've laid seam sealer all throughout here. We're just gonna wait for it to cure, and then we're gonna drop paint across here, across the front of this. We'll mask everything off. We'll drop seal it all through here, and then then I'll feather, once we drop the skillet, I'll feather out that right there, pull the tape off, feather all of that, clean up all of that under edge over there, and then we will start to lay epoxy and get this engine bay painted, man. So we got real far, man. Oh, a little sneak peek. Motor ain't got no heads. That's all y'all getting. But yeah, so I mean, that's kind of where we at the moment. Next video, hopefully it'll be me laying paint across the front, and then I'll be laying epoxy on the engine bay, and then we'll keep on rolling right from there. Once everything on the engine bay side is done, then we can get working on my next surprise of parts that we got. They've already rolled in. Y'all already know what they is because I put it in a clip prior to this, so y'all know what it is. We gotta get those put together, get them put in, and then once we get that in, I gotta test what the motor mounts, make sure the motor mounts are correct. Once I test that out, then we'll start building this 6.2. And from there, man, I don't quite know where the video is gonna go from there. It's just gonna keep on rolling. I don't know what order though. Oh, we do gotta get this rear end and stuff out, so I ain't gonna lie. After we put the front in, probably gonna be pulling the rear end out, getting all that shit out, so that I can put the new one in. I haven't shown y'all that yet, but we do have a new rear end going in this car, so that's probably gonna be our next set of projects. It's gonna be once we move from the front, we'll come back here, and I'm debating on if I want to do back here the same way I did the front. Knowing me, I probably am. So we probably gonna do is take the back down the bare metal, and then lay steel it in this inner fender well, and then the other side, while we got all of this out and it's out the way. So rear end is probably gonna be our next set of plans, things to work on after we're done up front. Well, I ain't gonna say done up front, but get to a stopping point up front. Probably gonna be a rear end. So sorry for mumbling and rambling. I appreciate y'all boys if you stuck around. If you stuck around, drop a like, drop a comment. Hell, even if you want to know about the music that we playing, hey, drop a comment about it. I ain't gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell you the artist, but you can drop a comment. I will end up unveiling where to find all of this music at, probably in like the next 2 videos, because I gotta talk with the dude whose music it is to make sure that's cool, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, drop a like, drop a comment, sub so you can stay along with the build, and I appreciate y'all boys with the utmost. And with that being said, your boy Hype is out. Peace.
Who is it that's got you all gassed up?